Hi, everyone. It's Betty Ray again. I want to talk to you now about divine inspiration. And as you can see, I have put up a screen and put navy blue sheets on it as inspired by Raphael because my white hair was blending right in with the white background. And so Raphael suggested that I experiment. And so I love the inspiration that comes from the guides. Everybody has them. And it is fun to think of the fun things that you can do. People laugh at me because I'm always moving my furniture around. But that's because sometimes we need to move the energy around. You know, everything's about energy. And once you understand that God is energy and everything that exists is God in vibrating energy. And that's why we say God is everyone and everything. And so this is also why we cannot actually condemn anyone because we know that souls grow from their experiences in the physical. They are like explorers of planets. And beginner souls don't always know what to expect when they take on a physical body. And a beginner soul is more interested in how to take care of that physical body and all of the demands on it to be fed, to be clothed, to be warm, all of those things that are important for a beginner soul who's like somebody in a primitive society that is just surviving. And so this is why we have the atrocities that we have in the world, is because they're beginner souls and they're just taking care of their physical body and their physical needs. That's why they may seem so self-centered, is because they're just exploring this physical world. And because God, again, doesn't judge. And again, in our previous video, we talked about discernment versus judgment. And this is something we need to understand, that we will see the whys and wherefores of why people do the things they do. And we have a very young society in this United States. There are many more young, what I call yuppie souls, because they're into power and control and money and fame and fortune. And that's their motivation. And their morals haven't caught up with their spiritual advancement. They have to have the experience of cause and effect. They have to have the experience of, if I do this, oh boy, this is going to happen. So I think I'm going to think twice about that. And so this is what we've been talking about, that this is not judgment. It is simply understanding the stage of development that people are as their souls are experiencing a physical world. And we, as I said, we have many beginner souls in the United States that are just figuring it out. And consequently, they don't always make the best decisions for humanity. They're more making their best decisions for themselves. And that's called narcissism. And that's not uncommon among many of the people that are on the planet now. And so when we spoke of our president as being narcissistic, that's because he's a beginner soul. And even in his lifetime, he has not had the consequences of his actions. So many of those the experiences that he's had in business, where he has, I can't think of the word right now, where he has aborted an idea and left his workers with no payment, and is called bankruptcy. There we go. And so this bankruptcy, he's done more bankruptcies than any person ever. And what does that say about his integrity and his honesty? What does that say about his spiritual growth? Well, it says that he is just a very, very young soul. And he has not experienced the consequences of his actions, even in his childhood. He was always given a cover up. He was always gotten out of any situation he's been in. So he doesn't get the results of his choices. And that is not an excuse, it is a fact. And because of that, God does not judge, and neither do we. We simply understand but we cannot tolerate this in a leader of the United States. And so here I am back again talking about Raphael, but I also want to talk about divine guidance because that was our subject for today. And so the backdrop that you see is an inspiration, as I said, because with my white hair, the backdrop of white, I was blending right into the background. And so the divine inspiration was just to put some navy blue sheets up there and and then put my pretty little light catchers and stuff up there as well. And this is what I do. I really showed you a while back some of the hooking that I do. And my husband had fun with that, saying he married a hooker. But yes, this has been a divine inspiration that began that simples rug that I can't really show because it's too big. But it was an amazing experience for me, having never seen this kind of hooking before and given the vision of it, not only of the picture of, that I was supposed to create, but how to create it when I'd never seen it before. And I tried to go online and I couldn't find anything about what I was looking for. And finally, I went to the library. And so divine inspiration will stick with you until you follow it. Sometimes we go, oh, I haven't got time for that. Or that costs money. I haven't got time for that. Or I haven't got enough money for that. And it's as though your angels are going, darn, that was such a good idea. It's too bad we didn't get to see it in the physical. So listen to the divine inspirations, especially if you're cooped up at home. Listen to the ways that you can fix up your house, move the furniture around so that the energy gets a chance to move. Really do deep cleaning, do the spring cleaning now, because energy needs to move. And if you have knickknacks around, you need to be able to move them, dust them off really good, because the energy flows better. And if you've had a chance to study feng shui, which is the Chinese idea of energy, they call it qi, good qi and bad qi. And it's really very, very good to study this because it will help you to move the energy in your house. Now, recently, I'm suspecting that there are some dark energy that is trying to stop Raphael and me from doing these videos, from writing these books. You have no idea about all the different times that my document disappeared. I actually had to call my computer guru to find it. Here I am writing a book and the document disappears. Well, fortunately, he was able to find it. I still don't know how it disappeared, but I'm suspecting that dark energy does not want Betty Ray and Raphael to make public about God's love and God's beauty and power to make you happy. And so the idea is how to be happy. And that is to look at life as what is and have divine inspiration of what you can do about it to be happy. Raphael also says it is a choice to be happy. And so we say to all of you, choose to be happy, choose to look at life from a positive point of view rather than a negative point of view. And as I'm looking at the video, I don't know if I'm supposed to look up at that little dot at the top of my page to see you, to look at you directly, or if I can just look at the video and talk to myself, because that's what it looks like. And so we come to you because this was divinely inspired for us to start a YouTube video. And again, I'm 85 years old. Now, a lot of people think 85-year-olds are a little senile. Let me tell you, the senior people are not senile. There are many of them that have done amazing things in their old age. And believe me, the things that Raphael inspires me to do in my old age are wonderful. And the thing that's different from a lot of people that are not able to be able to create what they're inspired to do, it's because they really haven't searched hard enough and long enough to figure out how to do it. And so we say to all of you today, listen to the divine inspiration within you and how to make your confinement in your home for that social distancing, how to make it joyful, and choose to be happy. Choose to take this time to decide what makes me happy. And sure, being with your friends, going out to dinner, having this social distancing end is what makes you happy. But it isn't possible now. In fact, Raphael says that if we open up too soon, there's going to be another wave of that pandemic. We don't want that. So, people, please stay home. And when you have to go out to get the groceries and whatever, put on a mask. I had one man that said, I don't need to put on a mask. I'm healthy. Well, excuse me, you could be healthy and you could be spreading the pandemic. You could have the virus and not even know you have it. And you could be giving it to me because you're not wearing a mask. So don't look at it so frivolously. Look at it as a silent enemy that is ready to attack anyone. Anyone. Don't think that just us in our old age are the most vulnerable. No, no, no. Everybody is vulnerable at this time. Be safe. Wear a mask. Wear plastic gloves. You can pick them up in the grocery store by, I don't know, 50 of them one. I do this all the time. I honor my body because God has given this body to me and I have to take care of it. It is my responsibility. And it is my understanding that this is truth. This is not fiction. This is truth. Those who know, the scientists, the doctors, are seeing the repercussions of this virus. They are seeing people die without their family around them because they're infected and their family can't be there. This is a tragedy. There are thousands of people in the United States, and we've been hit even harder than any other country because people don't believe that we need to pay attention. And part of that is the, the untruths that we have been given. We have ignored the scientific studies. We have ignored by saying, unlock us, let us out, let us spread the virus. Who cares if somebody dies? Well, angels care. And if it is not your time, they're going to encourage you to wear a mask and to stay inside as much as possible. When you do have to go out, please wear a mask, wear gloves, and throw the gloves away after you come home so that you do not carry the virus to anyone else. And so, dear friends, Raphael and I send you love because love is the bottom of everything. And if you love one another as God has loved you, as the Christ has loved us, if you do love one another, you will listen to the precautions needed not to infect one another. You could feel perfectly healthy and be carrying the virus and giving it to people who may die because you ignored the safety. And so today we are showing you divine inspiration, and I was divinely guided to put up that sheeting behind me to give me my own little studio. And so here I am following the divine inspiration from Raphael and from God through Raphael. All the archangels and angels are simply messengers of the God mind. They're translators of the God mind. You have a guardian angel. You have lots of angels that are surrounding you, just waiting for you to listen to them. They don't talk in words so much as they will talk in ideas, a whole idea. In other words, what I did behind me came like that as an idea. Okay, so I don't blend into the background, put something dark up, just as simple as that. And so I did. And so we're hoping that this video will become an important source for you from the Archangel Raphael. And again, blessings to all of you. Be happy. Choose to do what you can do and stay safe. Don't listen to those who think they can forget the rules of nature. This is nature telling us to pay attention to Mother Earth. And so God bless you for now. We'll talk to you again. Take care.